Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lost Kingdoms. So we just did the burial grounds, and we found out that our father is going to the kingdom of Grayl. And to catch up to him, instead of taking the winding path, we're taking a more direct route through the sewers, specifically through the Shayel Passage. And yeah, that's it. The enemies in here really aren't that difficult. There are definitely there's one monster I'm gonna try and capture a couple times. I think you're guaranteed to get two from a chest. You can also get them at the end of the level, but I want more than that because they're very good. So yeah, this little fairy is gonna tell us exactly what we need to do. There are five like water heater looking tanks, and we have to investigate them and kill everything that comes out. Also, there are 6 red fairies here. So the red fairies, I don't get this. They'll actually, I didn't think they did this. They'll repeat information they've already told you. Like, we've been told about the user card to avoid damage thing, I think almost 3 or 4 times now. Yeah, so here's the majority of what we're going to be fighting. These are flare spawn. Obviously fire type. All they really do is they'll shoot out a red beam in a straight line, and I believe it's pretty much instantaneous. Like, if they decide to target you, I'm not entirely sure if you can avoid it. But they're slow and they're pretty bad. So I'm going to throw out it. Oh, and because the water hopper just did it, they will also paralyze you. That's what I want. So I'm actually going to get rid of that. So we got a water hopper, and what I would like is that is a dragonoid. Dragonoids are awesome. How much damage did that do? Let's just test this. Figure that wouldn't work. Alright. Dragonoids are weapon cards, Earth obviously, and they do good damage. They have a chance to paralyze, I think, and they're pretty much almost guaranteed to hit twice. Sometimes you only confirm the first hit, but you can hit twice, which is really nice. The biggest part about them, though, is what they can transform into at, oh god, I want to say it's like, is that all I can use, really? Okay, there we go. Oh, there's a dragon I did not realize. Okay. But I think it's at 3,000, or it might even be at 6,000. They will evolve into one of the most powerful summons in the game, so we want a lot. I'm also trying to show off more of the summon cards. I'm usually not a huge fan. They're powerful, yes, but you know, they're single use, so if they don't kill something, then it's not always worth it. Also, it will hurt your ranking because that'll immediately count as a card used. So it's kind of hit or miss with those. I'm gonna throw you out. I had one more. Oh, you can't. I wasn't trying to escape. I don't think I've shown that off, actually. If you run against this for enough time, you'll get the option to escape. And except in boss battles and event battles like that. However, if you do decide to escape, you will automatically consume a card at random. So it kind of it kind of depends on what you want to do. I want to get away from him. Oh, is that really going to be stuck there? Shit. Did I just fuck myself? Alright, we're just going to do this. That was a clusterfuck. That was unfortunate. I kind of wish that the card didn't immediately take on the size of the independent. Because, you know, if that was like a carbuncle, I would have been able to have gotten it through. But because the sand beetle, that's what it was. Because the sand beetle is larger and rounder, I can't get through that little itty bitty area. So that's neat. So we got another. Oh no, we don't have a water hopper. This little fucker is a giant crab. He can poison you, he can paralyze you, and he's all around just a pain in the ass, really. Come on, you can hit him. And you did hit him, but you didn't kill it. Okay. So what the giant crab does when you summon it is will shoot out kind of like a cone of bubbles. And I think it has a chance to either paralyze or poison. But again, it is a summon, so it's not the most reliable thing. Especially in terms of summons. There are summons that are way better than what we currently have, and we're actually getting kind of close to receiving. Which is the reason I've actually stacked my deck with a couple Dark Ravens, because I forgot that the Dark Raven actually has a chance to turn into a, well, I won't say a name, because it wouldn't mean too much anyway unless you decide to look it up. But it becomes a very, very good summon card, which I quite like. I believe we have a Dragonoid, a Flare Spawn, and a Water Hopper. Is that right? Yes. So first we need to get rid of you. Easy. So I really would like to get another Dragonoid. I'd like to have 4, if possible, but it's going to be a little tough. Okay, I think I've done enough damage. I don't really want to use this card for it, but good enough. Ah, shit. Oh well. So, I forgot to do something. But it doesn't really matter. There is, in this little box, there's a chest with a card that's pretty rare, but we're never going to use anyway. It's another helper independent, and it will increase the movement speed of all allies, which is neat, but movement speed usually isn't a big deal, or at least a big enough deal to have to throw that in. So you saw that little cutscene as well. So basically it's telling us, hey, go to this area and something will happen, apparently. But basically, yeah, after we destroy all the tanks, we have to fight their leader, I guess. So their flare spawns. So obviously we're going to be fighting a Mind Flayer. And Mind Flayers are, in this game, not really a big deal. Using them as a card is pretty nice though. They're much like Sea Monks, but they will restore a huge number of cards. So that's the other reason we wanted, oh god, the Dragonoid, because the boss is a water elemental, those are earth elementals, and you saw we killed 4 enemies with a single card. So the Dragonoid's really nice. could be wrong. I think it might actually also turn into a weapon card. It's either that or the ghoul. The ghoul's also really fun, which is why I'm using them, even though they're not the most reliable thing. But basically what I'm getting at is a lot of the early kind of not great cards, if you use them enough, they will become worthwhile. Much like anything, really, I guess, in games like this, using the early game stuff that's kind of mediocre, and then at the end of the game, you're wrecking fools left and right. So we activate that little switch, and oh, I hit the button. You whore. Another Dragonoid. I don't think I want. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Did that just miss? Hello? How did that miss? There must be a little gap between where it comes out and where you are. That's super lame. So we activate that little obelisk, and it opens up a gate, and that's basically the end of the level. We go through here, we get another red fairy, grab a couple chests, and then we just walk to the end. Easy peasy. There it is. Another Dragonoid card, okay. There's our fairy. Yeah, weird monsters are only found here. If this was the second game, that would actually make more sense. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can get every single card in the game. Actually, that might be wrong. I believe that you can get every single card in the game simply by transforming. You can battle here. I thought this area you couldn't get into a fight in. Interesting. Well, if I can catch another one, that'll be neat. Okay. Let's give the fairy some love. It could use more experience. 48, that's nothing anyway. And there we go. Yeah, the area really isn't that bad. As a kid, I thought it was confusing, and I don't really know why, because it's super linear. In fact, most areas in the game are super linear. Hell, even the final area, with the exception of one part, is extremely linear. And you know, the game's not really, well, the game's not known, but the game's not really known for its puzzles, if you know. So we got 2 giant crabs and a Dragonoid. I'll take it. We might even throw the giant crabs in, because one big thing I've noticed recently is we have no water types, especially independents. I know that they exist, and I know that there are some good ones, but we haven't come across any yet. So fighting the fire types is pretty much the only reason I put the water hopper in there, is because there's no other options against them right now, which is unfortunate, but you know, what are you gonna do? So real quick, we're gonna go into the apothecary, see what we can transform, see what we can copy. I don't think we can get anything worthwhile yet. Never mind, we can get another Caterpoker. I basically want to replace all my Mantras with Caterpokers, because they're just not worth having. So we have a Siren. Do we want this? Doesn't move, right? It's just an AoE. How much health does it have? 36 with 16 defense. How comparable is it? Hmm. Huh. You know what? Let's screw it. We've got 4 fairies, and the thing that it falls into is really, really nice. The fairy, rather, it's like final transformation, but I mean, we're not gonna get it for a while, so it really doesn't matter too much. Permanent probably can't do anything. Dragonite, we don't want to. And then there's copying, which is nothing really. Okay, so that's the Shayel Passage. Again, super straightforward. So in the next video, we're gonna do Castle Grayl and hopefully catch up with our father to start, teaming up with him and helping to, find out what the hell is happening, where did the fog come from, why are there monsters, and what's causing it and what's behind it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.